Hi, my name is Chris. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing Leetcode problem number 643, maximum average subarray 1. Doing this with JavaScript, and this is considered an easy problem. It's very easy to understand. So you're given an integer array nums consisting of n elements and an integer k. Find a contiguous subarray whose length is equal to k that has a maximum average value and return this value. Any answer with a calculation error less than 2, well, this is saying 5 decimal points will be accepted. Okay, so here we've got this array, right? So basically what we're doing is we're finding the average of that, the average of, average of these first four numbers, then the average of the next four numbers. This would be better. So these four numbers, and then we need to find the average of these four numbers, and then we find the average of these four numbers, and whatever the greatest average is, we return it with 5 decimal places. Okay, and the number 4 is represented by k, right? So whatever k is, that's the length of your subarray. So here k is 1. You just take the one number, right? Okie dokie. Pretty simple, simple problem here. Let's grab these variables, I should say, and let's move over to CodePen and set up our variables, set up a function. Right now, let's return nums. Let's log into the console. We should see nums. Oops, what are we doing here? There we go. Now we should see nums in the console. We do. Okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to create an array called averages. Quite simply, we're going to find each of those averages that I just discussed, and we're going to push it into averages, and then we can look at averages and figure out what's the greatest value. And basically, we're just going to sort it and then sort it in descending order, then choose the first element. That's the easiest way to do that. So to do that, to find the averages, we need to set up a for loop. We say for let I equals 0, and this one's a little bit funny. We're going to say if I is less than nums dot length, then we're going to say minus k plus 1, then we're going to increment I. The reason being is, we're looking at each subarray, so there's no point in making this I, right? Or I'm sorry, making this I, right? Because then we only have 3 elements, so that is not going to work anyway. So we don't even want to check that. So just to make sure we're doing this correctly, let's console.log nums at I, and we should just see 1, 12, and -5. We do. Cool. All right, so here we're going to create a variable called sum. Set that to 0. And then we can do an inner loop to find the sum. We'll say j equals I. If j is less than k, right? Because we want to look at whatever k elements are, in this case 4, j plus plus, and then we can just add to the sum, right? So we're just going to add sum plus equals nums add j. Okay, then, well, before we do anything else, let's just push these sums just to make sure they're correct. Sorry. And we need to return averages. Huh. Oh. Wait a minute. What did I do wrong here? Oh, actually, this is correct. I'm sorry. Break me out for 1 second, but I think this is correct. Let's just make sure. So 1 plus 12 is 13, minus 5 is 8, minus 6 is 2. Okay, that's correct. 12 minus, I'm just going to do this together, 12 minus 11 is 1. Ah, yes, that is wrong. What is going on here? I think what we need to do is we need to clear out some. No, that didn't work either. Huh. Wait a minute, let me do this again. So 12 minus 11 is 1. 1 plus 50. One second, please. I'm just looking at, trying to find what I did wrong here. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. My mistake. We need to say I plus K. Right? If you just had K, we'd be going up to index 4 every time. We need to be going, whatever I is, we need to be adding 4, right? We need to be adding 4. Okay. All right, this is what we want to see. Cool, we're good. And then I don't think we need this. We don't. Okay, good. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to find the average, right? So, it's a little bit of a process, but we can say let average. I'm going to do this in 3 steps, and then I'm going to put it all into one, just so you can see it. So let average, this is just math, sum divided by K, right? We'll push average in there now. Let's spell average. Push average in there for now. Cool. Now that's pretty much what we want, but in the test cases, you're going to get some numbers with some really long decimals, like with 20 decimals after or something. So we need to account for that. God, I wonder if there's a way I could just recreate that real quick. I don't know. What if I made this a 9? That didn't help. 7. That's even worse. 27. Damn. Well, you're going to have to take my word for it. Because I don't want to waste your time on that. So just take my word that that's going to happen, and this is what you need to do to fix it. I was trying to create a scenario where we'd have, like, a number with, like, 10 decimal points or something, Anyway, so that's average. So then what we need to do is we need to fix the number of decimal points, right? So we're going to say and the issue with this is it's going to change the number into a string, right? So, which is not what we want, of course. But what we can use is the toFixed method. And put the number of decimal points you want in there. They want 5. So let's just see what this looks like. Yeah, so there you go. So now each number's got 5 decimal points. And then the last thing we need to do is convert that to a number. But we can't use parse int. You have to use parse float. I don't know why I'm using that right now. These should all be const. That's okay. Num equal, we parse float so that we keep all the decimal points, and then we put average string in it, and now let's change this to num, and now these should all be numbers again. Okay, so that's how that's all working. We're just using math to find the average. Then you need to set the decimal points to 5 places, but just remember it's going to convert to a string. Then you have to turn it back into a number. But you can't use parse int because that will get rid of the decimal points. You use parse float. But we can do this all at once. And what I mean by that is, well, as opposed to doing that, we can just take this. We don't even need to make it a variable. We can just put it in here. And we get the same result, so let's get rid of this. Then the last thing we can do is we don't even need this. We can just put these in parentheses and I'm sorry, get rid of average. There we go. Now we're going to get the same result. And we do. Great. So I like this. We're just going to call this average. I don't want to call it average. If we're only doing one average. So let's get rid of this. All right. So we got our averages. That's the hardest part. The rest of it's a piece of cake. All we need to do is sort averages and then return the first number. We sort it into descending order. So B minus A. Now you're going to see it in descending order. You do, and then we just return the first number. Cool. Let's copy this guy. Move on over to Leetcode. Paste it in. Format. Let's run the tests. What did I do? Undefined. Oh man, I didn't copy the return statement. Nice. Let's go ahead and submit. I didn't run the test. That's okay. All right. We passed. Not very fast. I need to look at this again because this obviously is too slow. So I'm going to figure out another way to do this and maybe I'll make another video on that in the future. Anyways, hopefully you found this helpful and enjoyable. If you did, please like it. It helps my channel grow. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again real soon. Thanks for watching.